Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to warp text and how to clip text. Now, right now, we just have a background of some grass and some bushes there. And what I'm going to do is turn on each layer and show you how this works. The top layer that I have is a picture of flowers. And I turn that off, and then I used let me show you here. I use the impact font at 346, and basically I just typed out the word nature. That was it, nothing special. Now, if I want to clip text, here's the trick. Whatever's on top is going to go into the letters. It sounds confusing, but that's how it works. In order to clip text, you have two ways of doing it. You can go to Layer, Create Clipping Mask, and that will create it for you. Let me turn it on. You can see. Another way of doing it, let me press Control Z. An easier way to clip text is just go between the two layers and press the Alt key, and this will change and it will clip for you automatically. So as you can see here, whatever's on top is going to go into the letters. That's how I explain it to myself, because I usually get confused. Because usually what I'll do is I'll go backwards. I'll put this on the bottom, and then I'll clip the text on the top and go, what happened? How come it's not working? And that's because it's the wrong way. That happens a lot. So basically it's the top layer going into, see the arrow? Going into the letters to help you out. Alright? Now to warp text, it's really easy. So we can select the text layer, which will open up this little function here, warp. Click it, and we'll present you with some styles that you can use. You can use arc. Actually, let me cancel this real quick. One thing I'm going to do is reduce the size so we can see this a little bit more. There we go. Okay, you can choose arc, and then you can choose reduce the bin, which is nice. Sometimes I like to go to the extreme to see what it does. Okay, interesting. Alright, that's horizontal, and then you can do vertical. You can choose bulge and have a bigger bulge. Alright. You can choose flag. See, that's okay. Get this distortions really crazy. And you can do some crazy things in here. Fish. Go to the extreme. I like that one. And then you can choose inflate or fish eye. So you can use many different ways of warping text. And then when you're happy with what you have, you just press OK. I'm going to press cancel. And that's warping text using the warp feature. Now there is another way to warp text, and that's in the liquify filter, but we'll talk about that in a later lesson. There is something I wanted to mention before we do move on to the next lesson. I did mention in the previous lesson. When you're using the text on the path, and if it's kind of hard to move it inside the path instead of on the outside, you can adjust your baseline shift by pressing Shift Alt and the up or down arrows, and that can usually take care of that for you if you find it a little difficult when using your mouse or the pen. Alright, in the next lesson we're going to talk about what's the difference between point text, which we've seen, and paragraph text.